Oh, that is quite a unique smell. Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have a few whiskies on the cask. That's because we're trying a selection of whiskies, and that's the single pot still Middleton, Ireland. These are all the single pot still whiskies from the Middleton Distillery. That's the Middleton Distillery near Cork. And if you want to see the distillery, then please follow this link here. I've been to the distillery, not in front of the camera. Horst did all the talking because I was still working as an engineer by that time. It consists of the Middleton Barry Crockett, the Green Spot, and the Powers 12 years old, as well as the Red Breast, 12 years old. But I'm not going to try that because Horst already did that here. So I'm going to start with the Powers John's Lane 12 years old. And fortunately I have a little sampling flask, so I don't have to open the big bottle. Okay, so what is the Powers John's Lane? John's Lane is a street in Dublin. Don't know if it exists anymore, but it was a street, and that's where the old Powers Distillery was located in Dublin before it went bankrupt. Now the brand Powers belongs to the Middleton Distillery, and that's located in Cork. And so what is the Powers John's Lane? Yeah, it's the Powers Gold, but we're missing the industrial whiskey in there. So we're leaving out the column still and we're left with the pot still. So inside the Powers John's Lane release, you can see that here. And there is a 12 years at the bottom. Oh yeah, that's better. 12 years at the bottom. So we have a 12-year-old single pot still whiskey. That means we have malted and unmalted barley in here. It's triple distilled and it's unchill filtered. So, yeah, and somewhere I've read that it's a mixture between bourbon casks and sherry Oloroso casks. So there is a part. Let's show the bottle as well. And unchill filter, and maybe you can read that. 46% alcohol. So it's a pretty decent whiskey. Meets all the standards for high-class whiskey. 12 years old, pot still whiskey. Okay, maybe they have a bit of unmalted grain in there, but triple distilled, unchill filtered, 46%. Very good. So let's have a try. I think that was supposed to come off differently, but it's open. Okay, we're already. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, that is quite a unique smell. You have chocolate in there. Definitely chocolate, dark chocolate. And some definitely wood. I have to focus on something else than chocolate. Till now I get chocolate. It's like a bit of leather. Quite heavy. I didn't expect it that heavy. Usually the Irish are more light, subtle whiskies, but don't smell any bitterness. If I don't know if you can smell bitterness, but it's not unpleasant, definitely not. Some people say they smell tobacco. I don't have that. Maybe one of that fruity cherry tobacco stuff that you put in, I don't know, in pipes. Yeah, you can argue that. Yeah. But wood, chocolate, maybe a hint of caramel. A nice spiciness, and you even have the spiciness before you swallow. Usually you have it in your mouth, and then you swallow, and then you get that spiciness on your tongue. But you even had that with the whiskey in your mouth. Oh. Instant spiciness then fades away and you get a bit of sweetness. I would say it's a honey sweetness. And it's really getting into your nostril system, so you really, when you swallow it, you really smell that what you got from your nose as well. That's quite awesome. Yeah. Now that with the third sip, get a bit of bitterness from, I would say, wood. Is that tobacco? Is that leather? It reminds of an old, very old office. So quite undefinable. This old smell. It smells of old. Now I got the tobacco smell again, all the way up to my nose. So it's not that usual for Irish whiskey, but that's maybe because it's a pot still whiskey. If you distill in a column still, you get much more purity. You can distill it up to there until there's nothing of spiciness in there, and they're all in pot stills, so you have more of a spiciness. You can control it differently to a column still, and the 12-year-olds really give it volume. You have very different tastes in there, so a lot of complexity. I really like it. I always considered Powers as one of these, Powers Gold cheap blend, so don't have to invest that much for it, but that's really, really intense bottle. I still have that flavor in the mouth, and what I'm completely missing is that dryness or that mouth watering. Usually you have a dryness fading out, or it's taking all the saliva in your mouth together and it's mouth watering, but didn't have anything of that in there. So yeah, very interesting Irish bottle. Stay tuned for the Green Spot and the Middleton Barry Crockett Legacy. So thank you for watching, and if you know somebody who might find this interesting, then please share it with them.